It is spectacular, and as you get to the front, I can see, I'm going to pan for you. Look at those tombstones. They're crammed together, and they're all very, very old. As we go through, hopefully we can find some from even the 1700s. Who knows?
Faces of the Forgotten is a popular YouTube channel that tells the stories of some famous and infamous people who passed on long ago and today are mostly forgotten. Ron Carlson is the show's host. He travels the country visiting their graves and tombs as a way of honoring and remembering them, especially veterans.
Ron joins us live on set. Ron, thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Thank you.
So you just started doing this during the pandemic.
I did, yeah, last summer of 2020.
And why the fascination with going to cemeteries?
Well, I feel like when you go to a cemetery, you are there with their last earthly remains. It's as close as you can get to those people. But what's really fascinating is the stories are really there, buried, no pun intended. It's really a history, a place of history.
But they used to be, more than a century ago, public spaces where people go picnic there.
Yes.
And then somewhere along the line, people said, I'm not going in a cemetery.
Taboo.
What happened?
I'm not sure what happened. I remember when I grew up here in Chicago. We didn't talk about my grandpa and grandma or where they're buried, and you just don't talk about it. And yeah, as you said, back in the 1800s, even early 1900s, it was a destination for a place for the living. But yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there. We wanted to get to some of the stories that you have. So like, for instance, some North Shore Chicago family, Schweppes and the Sheds. Let's talk about some of those
Yeah, well, John G. Shedd Aquarium. John G. Shedd was right under Marshall Field. They had a big mansion up north, a big legacy, and the Schweppe family sold ginger ale and all kinds of beverages. And the two kids, I think it was Charles, and they had met and got married, and then things really went bad, and he ended up, there was tragedy. She died, and then he had killed himself in the bedroom of the mansion, so the mansion is supposedly very haunted. So
wow.
There's a lot
and
of
where
stories
is
with
this?
that.
Where do you find this?
It's up north Lake Forest, right along the lake.
Wow.
And who is Barbara Acklin?
Oh, Barbara Acklin was a very famous singer here, and she is just a phenomenal talent. And yeah, we went to visit her grave. She has a number of hit singles, and it was really sad she didn't have a stone. That's kind of one of the things I discovered, on my walks.
And then that's part, you're trying to lobby to get her a headstone, yes?
Right. Actually, her family, we were in touch. They contacted me, and they were handling it, so I was really glad to make them aware of it. I don't think they were aware.
And did you mention that people were buried alive in the late 19th century? How often would that happen?
Well, I was in, that happened for a long time, actually. Before doctors became advanced, people would be in a coma, and they would think you're dead. They would hold a glass mirror up to your nose, and if they didn't see a breath, they're like, they're dead. And they would be buried alive, scratching in the coffin.
Oh,
can I
that's
ask?
my worst fear.
What are we looking at here? What cemetery? Do you know? Are we just pulling video from your site and you're not sure?
That's actually video footage from Vermont. And Vermont, you go back to that's the video of a man named Dr. Timothy Clark Smith, who was horrified to be buried alive. So he was buried in a crypt with a window looking up 6 feet up with glass. And I actually went there, and we shined light and looked down and saw moss on the skull, and it was.
Oh my gosh.
And he was there with a hammer and all kinds of stuff in case he woke up. He was, there's a lot of stories like this where people had preparations made for.
Yeah, somebody invented that thing where you push a button and a flag pops up in the
bells. I was just at the Sheets Mausoleum in Terre Haute, and he had a phone installed in the mausoleum.
Wow.
That is great.
And when his wife died, this is 1920s, I think, she was clutching the phone like this. And it is said that they went to the mausoleum to bury her, and the phone was off the hook. So
do you just can people send you ideas of where to go, or do you just wander?
Well, I wander. I'm a historian, amateur historian. I've read a lot of books. And then my viewers, now that I've gotten bigger, send me a lot of leads. Great.
Wow. Well, it's great to meet you. For more, you can check out Faces of the Forgotten on YouTube. Fascinating. Thanks so much for being here, Ron.
Thanks,
Thank
Ron.
you.